Hey, this is Overpass Insights. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today let's talk a bit about New Year's resolutions and the imposter syndrome. All right, so here we are. We're into the new year. We're like a week into it, almost a full week into the new year. And this is one of my favorite times of year because you get to see a bunch of overweight people out running on the road, right? So, you know, they're not as many as last week, and it's going to start to dwindle off. And we know that towards the end of the month, fewer people are going to be doing it. But right now, there's still some enthusiasm and people going out there, and they realize they have to get in shape. And I love seeing people who are out of shape out running, not because it's funny to see them run or because it makes me feel more fit or anything like that. Because I remember, I know what it's like. I know what it's like to those initial stages. It makes me feel good because you know that they're doing what they should do, but you also know that imposter syndrome is at work. At some point there's going to be a little voice in the back of their head that says, this is not for me, this isn't working, or it's not going as fast as I want to, or I'm just not this kind of person, and that's why you stop doing it. And we all suffer from that. I definitely do. My thing is, running's never been an issue for me because when I was 18 years old, I had a drill sergeant yelling in my face saying, run, and I kind of kept it up over the years. But going to the gym was something I only started doing a few years ago, and I can remember going to the gym feeling like everybody's looking at me. Everyone can see I don't know what I'm doing. Everyone can see I'm not in shape enough to be here. Everyone can see I'm a little bit tubby. I have no muscles. I don't belong, and it was just, it's intimidating. It's intimidating to get started and to keep it going, especially when you don't see gains immediately. Then you start to trail off, even though every doctor ever in the whole world has said that's what you have to do. But it's the same way with YouTube videos. You put YouTube videos out there, nobody watches, and then you think, well, this is obviously isn't working. Maybe I should just quit. Or blogs as well. Back in the day, it takes a lot to keep going when you're not seeing the results that you want to immediately, and to start that doubt in your head starts to go, thinking, maybe this just isn't for me. Maybe this just isn't going to work. And the same with the apps, right? You put your app on the App Store. I think every device, because I've been this way almost every app we put out. I'm thinking this is going to be huge. This is going to be great. And then it's not initially. And then we have to think, how do we get people in there? Or do we just give up on it? Is this not going to work? Is this going to work or not? Because unlike going to the gym or going for a run, which is scientifically proven to work, you never know whether the tactics you're using are going to work or not, but you know they're not going to work if you don't try them. So imposter syndrome is something we all deal with. I deal with it all the time. I deal with it, for me, it's like going into business meetings. Going into business meetings and you're sitting there with a client and they're asking questions like, everything's good technically. How would you do this? How would you do that? Everything's good. And then they'll say something like, is your company ISO 9001 certified or whatever, or 9000I certified? And you're like, no. Is it, do you have this certification? Do you have that certification? You're like, no. And sometimes it can just get on you. You're thinking, I don't belong here. Maybe I should just give up. Maybe I should just quit. But we all push through. And this is the whole thing about January. Some people will make it through. Some people won't make it through. Some people will, because it doesn't really, New Year's doesn't make a difference. What New Year's does is it gave us an excuse. It gave us an excuse to start new things because we can say, well, hey, it's my New Year's resolution. That's why I'm doing this thing that's uncharacteristic of me, because it's a New Year's resolution, right? Whereas if you just started it on a Tuesday in March, maybe you'd feel like, maybe I don't know. It's weird the way we think about things, but we all have those demons, and I wish I could, say to everybody who's out there running, keep doing it, because this is what you have to do, and we know that it's going to be hard for you. And when you're releasing an app to the App Store, and all of your friends know about it, and they're asking you how many downloads you've gotten, and you haven't got a lot, you're doing what you're supposed to do. Or if you release a YouTube video and then nobody's watching it, right? I talk to people all the time. They give up because nobody was watching it anyway. It's like, keep going, keep doing what you have to do. Like, the process is, go, and eventually, Seth Godin had a book called The Dip, where he talked about you get to the point where you get to the dip and it's either you quit or you press through and hope, right? The difficult thing about app development, the difficult thing about business, the difficult thing about any kind of creative work is you're never quite 100% sure if it's going to work. If you did, it would be easy to keep going. But you're never sure. So a lot of it takes faith and hope and just pressing forward. So for all you guys out there who are still sticking with your New Year's resolutions, and I'm sticking with mine so far, my big one at the moment is the same one to spend almost every year, and I don't get through, is to meditate every day, right? I want to get into the meditation habit. I've read so many books on meditation, and I just can't, taking 20 minutes to do nothing is really hard sometimes. But that's mine. Anyway, I hope you guys are keeping up with your New Year's resolutions if you have any, and if you didn't do any, dude, it's not too late. Start it now. Start a January, whatever date it is, January 6th resolution. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. That's it. That's just my thoughts for today. That's it for today. I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow.